First post, 22nd of March 2024, Why China Should Stop Losing Money and Close the Gwadar Port in Pakistan. China is ending a lengthy, volatile logistical pipeline at Gwadar. In Gwadar, the threat level is exceptionally high. The recent attack on Pakistan's Gwadar port has raised an important question: should China reconsider its investment and presence there? Following the Baloch Liberation Army's (BLA) attack on the port complex, this question becomes even more urgent as worries are raised regarding the safety of Chinese assets in the area. BLA demands that China leave. The goal of the BLA, an organization founded during the Balochistani insurgency, is to drive China out of Gwadar. Their recent attack, which claimed lives and exposed the weak points in the security setup in the area, calls for careful consideration. Growing dangers confront the Gwadar port, intended to be the hub of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, (CPEC). Attacks continue despite Pakistan's efforts to bolster security with a specialist force of 15,000 troops and many checkpoints. The inability to stop or quickly neutralize such attacks calls into question the effectiveness of current security measures. The Pakistani military is under duress. Moreover, these security issues are made worse by the larger geopolitical environment. Pakistan's army is overburdened by growing tensions along the Afghan border and conflicts with neighboring nations. Another element of complexity is brought about by the changing circumstances in Afghanistan, where the Taliban's comeback is complicating regional stability. China has responded to these difficulties by expressing its support for Pakistan and denouncing terrorism. Still, the persistent danger to Chinese interests in Gwadar calls into question the sustainability of further investment. The reality on the ground is different despite China's significant investment in the CPEC, which Beijing hopes will yield commensurate rewards for safety and security. We've seen pertinent reports. We convey our condolences to the Pakistani personnel who lost their life in this terrorist incident and vehemently condemn it. The spokeswoman for China's foreign ministry, Lin Zhen, stated that China opposes all forms of terrorism, firmly supports Pakistan's national development and social stability, and firmly supports Pakistan's fight against terrorism and maintenance of its national security and stability. Gwadar, once praised as the jewel in the CPEC crown, today represents the riskiness of Chinese investments in Pakistan. China's geopolitical calculations in the region require re-evaluation in light of the BLA's ongoing attacks and wider security failings. For now, China is still fully committed to aiding Pakistan, but this stance can only last so long as there are noticeable gains in security and stability. As Pakistan struggles with internal unrest and outside influences, both countries are burdened with protecting shared interests and determining a course of action that guarantees the long-term sustainability of their cooperation. The recent attack on the Gwadar port clearly reminds us of the security threats associated with China's involvement in the region. China must reassess its position on Gwadar as it considers its alternatives to minimize risks and protect its strategic interests in the changing geopolitical context of South Asia.